and it's early morn. The taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, baby, I hate to go. There's so many times I've let you down. So many times I've played around. I tell you now, they don't mean a thing.
Welcome, everybody, and any visitors to the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Rappahannock. And we hope you'll all stay for coffee and conversation afterwards. Our chalice lighting this morning, very simple. This is a wonderful day. I have never seen this one before. Maya Angelou. Okay. And we have a brief opening words vis-a-vis her trip. Fear, uncertainty, and discomfort are your compasses towards growth. Remember that as you try something new. Joining the Peace Corps and getting to know Kosovo, a country in Eastern Europe, very far from here. She's been a lifelong Unitarian, along with her mother, Lois, and has been attending church here for the last several years. She also worked for USAID, which was wiped off the face of the earth last January. So she could no longer take her trips to Africa and do her farmer-to-farmer 2-week stints. She then applied for a Peace Corps position, and after jumping through several hoops and getting medical clearance, she is now cleared to leave for Kosovo on February 27th, supposedly for 27 months, and I don't know if she knows a whole lot more than that, but she's going to tell us if she does. So, Katherine Cassidy.
Good morning, friends.
Good morning.
When I was about 20 years old, I had a vision for my future life. I imagined myself moving every 5 years to a different country, experiencing the world, learning languages, learning how other people get by, those who never had the privileges that I've had since day one. It was an audacious dream, but it truly felt very real and possible. But then it didn't, because life happened, as it does. Also before I was 20, I transferred into Wellesley College. My interview with a Wellesley alumna took place in Washington, D.C. in 1978 in the office of Mrs. Sergeant Shriver. He was the first director of the Peace Corps back in 1961. That was my first learning moment about the Peace Corps, and though I never actually acted on my thought of joining, the Peace Corps was always on my mind all through these 46 years since. I had tremendously good opportunities, always. I traveled to 53 countries, married Frank, served in the Maine legislature, and did 10 years of volunteer work with more than 1,000 farmers face-to-face in Africa. My forever dream of applying to the Peace Corps got crowded out by FOMO, my fear of missing out if I had to leave my American life even for 2 years. Today I can tell you that in 12 days, on Friday, February 27th, I leave here for a 2-year Peace Corps assignment in Kosovo. At age 66, FOMO for this American life is now the last thing on my mind. I'm leaving here because of my new FOMO. That is, life is too short, and just maybe I can still move around to different countries for varied cultural experiences for maybe the next 20 or 25 years, God willing. As long as I have my good health, and as long as the Peace Corps will have me. You might think this is a sudden decision, but it's really not. It's the culmination of a journey that's been unfolding since Frank died of pancreatic cancer 14 years ago. When I lost him, I lost my anchor. But I also found something else. Permission to reimagine what the rest of my life could be. Since 2015, starting 6 months after I lost my campaign for re-election to the Maine legislature, I took on more than 30 farmer-to-farmer assignments in Africa. I've worked with women's cooperatives in Rwanda, agricultural groups in Malawi, rural development projects in Egypt. I lived in Sierra Leone for nearly 3 years, and I became so embedded with those friendships and communities that people still call me daily, treating me as their American mother and problem solver. I was named USAID Farmer to Farmer Volunteer twice, but those awards, as meaningful as they are, don't capture what really happened to me during those years. I didn't just serve communities and cooperatives. I was transformed by them. I learned what resilience truly looks like when I watched women in Sierra Leone rebuild their lives after both civil war 25 years ago and Ebola only 10 years ago. When USAID funding for my beloved Farmer to Farmer program ended in January 2025, and I lost my primary income, I had a choice. I could retire quietly here in Lancaster County, focus on caring for my mother Lois at RWC, and settle deeper into my modest life. Or I could pivot and lean into the unknown and say, it's time for the Peace Corps. I could take on something far bigger than I ever imagined in this world. Something more structured, more recognized, more sustainable than my patchwork of consulting assignments in Africa. After years of working independently, often making up the rules as I went along, Peace Corps gives me a framework within which to serve. I will be paired with an NGO or government agency. I'll have a community organizational development focus, working with cooperatives and civil society groups, exactly my expertise. I'll have support and supervision and colleagues and a workplace environment. I will live with a host family, even 2 of them in 2 different settings. Peace Corps asks us where we want to go. I specified Uganda because I had already been there 10 times. But Peace Corps prefers to send a its older volunteers to Eastern Europe. Only 7% of the 3,000 volunteers currently serving in 65 countries are ages 50 and older. When they told me they wanted me in Kosovo, I was deeply disappointed, and I had to look it up on the map. I really did. Kosovo is a chance to start fresh, to be one volunteer among dozens, part of a system rather than a solo operator. To live simply on a Peace Corps allowance of $300 a month. And honestly, Kosovo excites me intellectually. I've been researching the Balkans, learning about the complexity of post-conflict societies, studying the region's agricultural potential and its integration process with the European Union. I'm thinking long-term. I've even let myself imagine that if I love Kosovo enough, I might pursue dual citizenship after 5 years and run for the Kosovo Parliament in 2033, age 72. How's that for audacious dreams? But today is also about goodbye, and goodbyes require honesty about what we're leaving. I'm leaving my remarkable mother. Lois is 93 and thriving at RWC, but she won't live forever. These 27 months in Kosovo might be time I don't get back with her. That weighs on me. We've talked about it. She supports my leaving, and she has always been my biggest champion. She tells me she's proud of me, but I know I'm making a choice that prioritizes my dreams over her remaining years, and I have to live with that. I'm leaving this faith community. Unitarian Universalism has been my spiritual home for all my adult life. And finding UUFR when I moved here was a gift. You've welcomed me, challenged me, supported me. Just 3 weekends ago, on the Martin Luther King Jr. weekend, I attended All Souls Unitarian in Washington, D.C., the church where the diplomat Adlai Stevenson, his memorial service was held there in 1965. I was reminded again why I love this tradition. We ask the hard questions. We embrace complexity. We trust each other to find our own paths. You've trusted me to find mine, even when it leads to Kosovo. I'm leaving the familiar. I'm choosing uncertainty over the usual and routine. I don't know Albanian yet. I don't know what my town in Kosovo will look like. I don't know who my colleagues will be, though I have been creating daily WhatsApp posts for my cohort since 150 days out and getting to know them virtually. I don't know how much my body will resist living with long Kosovo winters on par with winters in Wisconsin. I don't know if I'll succeed or struggle or decide after 6 months that I made a terrible mistake. But I seriously don't think that will happen. Here's what I'm taking with me, what 4 years and 4 months in Lancaster County has given me. I'm taking the discipline of daily practice. Those journal entries that started back in August 2017. Those daily walks that enabled me to gain medical clearance for Kosovo, even if I needed 8 months to get there. That daily health tracking, the consistency I've built here will serve me well when everything else is unfamiliar. I'm taking my writing projects. I intend to publish Substack newsletters. I'm working on my book with Lois, From New Jersey Soil to Peace Corps Dreams. Writing is how I make sense of experience, and I'll need that more than ever once I reach Kosovo. I'm taking relationships that matter. I may be leaving Whitestone physically, but I'm not abandoning people I love. I'll stay connected to my mother. I'll stay connected to the community. Facebook makes that possible in ways that wouldn't have been when I was 20 and first considered this odd life. I'm taking expertise. I know how to work with cooperatives. I know how to empower women who struggle and suffer and shed tears for all they've lost. I know how to navigate cultural and language differences. I know how to show up consistently. I've been challenged in 12 African countries. Kosovo will challenge me differently, but I'm not starting from scratch. And I'm taking hope. Hope that 66 is not too late to reclaim a dream. Hope that my next 20 years can be as rich and meaningful as any that came before. Hope that service and adventure and growth and good health don't have age limits. Here's something I've learned from all my travels. Goodbyes are a gift. Not because leaving is easy or painless, but because the act of consciously saying goodbye forces us to acknowledge what we value, what we'll miss, what still matters. Today, I'm saying goodbye deliberately. I'm naming what I'm leaving. I'm expressing gratitude for what you've given me. I'm being honest about my fears and hopes. I'm trusting you to send me off with your blessing, even if you think I'm a little crazy. Because maybe I am a little crazy, because I definitely follow an untraditional path. Mom, a mother of 6, still calls me her Rolling Stone. Maybe choosing Peace Corps at 66 and planning to spend the next 20 years moving between countries every few years, maybe all of that really is nuts. But here's what else it is. It's a living plan, one that is engaging every day and purposeful through every season, even winters. It's the opposite of settling or shrinking or even allowing others to consider me invisible in America after I turn 70. Now I'm ready for my next chapter. Intentional, structured, sustainable service in a part of the world I've never experienced, with people I've never met, in languages the Peace Corps expects me to learn in my first 3 months. All good opportunities. That 20-year-old Katherine who imagined this life, she'd be proud. Not because I've done everything perfectly, I haven't, Not because I've figured it all out, I definitely haven't, but because I finally listened to her. Because I finally chose the audacious path over the safe one. So, yes, this is goodbye. But it's also hello. Hello to Kosovo, to new challenges, to a cohort of 43 other Peace Corps volunteers who will become as close as family. Hello to speaking Albanian and Serbian. Hello to the formation of the Kosovo Widows Alliance that I dream of facilitating in a place where there are 13,000 war widows from just 25 years ago. I'm even imagining starting something beyond just the Kosovo Widows Alliance. Can I extend my dreams and energy to create the even bigger Balkan Widows Alliance? Don't laugh.
It's just amazing.
It'll happen, I know it. Shaped within the 7 former Yugoslavian countries, each of which experienced its own internal conflicts, if not outright war. Widows live everywhere. Hello to 2 more decades of service and personal growth, of living, loving, sharing, and caring. This is a good opportunity. The best kind. The kind that scares me a lot, that requires me to grow, an opportunity that doesn't come with guarantees. I live by the words of Ellen Sirleaf Johnson, the former president of Liberia. If your dreams don't scare you, then you're not dreaming big enough. And these are good goodbyes. The kind we say to people who support us, even when they'll miss us. The kind we say when we are leaving something beloved to pursue something else significant. The kind you say when you're 66 and choosing life over comfort. Very soon, I will board a plane from Dulles Airport to Kosovo. We will sing Leaving on a Jet Plane together in a few moments. And that will make me cry, because that song knows the truth. I don't know when I'll be back again, except I am coming back for Thanksgiving. I do know that I will carry this UUFR community with me. I'll carry your blessing. I'll carry the knowledge that somewhere in Virginia's lower northern neck, there's a faith community that trusted me to find my next journey, and then sent me off to walk it and live it, to create change in others' lives for the better. Thank you for these 4 years and 4 months. Thank you for witnessing my journey so far. Thank you for this opportunity to say goodbye well. May we all have the courage to reclaim the dreams we once dreamed at age 20, whatever they may be. May we all choose or consider good opportunities when they arise. And may we all learn to say goodbye with honesty, gratitude, and hope. Safe travels to all of us, wherever our paths may lead.
The dawn is breaking, it's early morn. The taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. down. Someday